Nave hopefully out here on one. The reason I say hopefully is she is going through a training process, and the fact that we've noticed her taking a little bit longer than what we would like stalking. So kind of like 5 seconds or more. If she's not making her way out of that gate and definitely running, what we've been doing is sending the feathers down there, and it's almost like missed opportunity, which she doesn't know clearly what happened. And what we find is a lot of times that'll increase her motivation, so she's like, all right, I'm going to get it next time. And that's what you might see a little bit as we open up the gate. She'll stalk it a little bit, and then we're hoping that she chases after that. Are you ready to see a cheetah run?
Oh, yeah!
There we go. I like that. What I'm going to do is make my way out of the limelight so all the attention can come towards Nave. Those of you trying to take photographs, I wish you the best of luck. This is the fastest presentation in the park. They can run 60 to 70 miles per hour and go from 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. So Antonio, does she look ready back there? All right, Ashley, you good? Very loudly so Antonio can open this gate for Nave. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nope.
Yep. All right, so as you'll notice, what we did was that training of really looking at her, noticing the lures, wanting her to take off running after them, and she did not do that in this opportunity. So what Ashley did was send the feathers all the way down there, and then we wanted to give Antonio the opportunity to get her attention and have her go back in the adjacent yard and close that gate. And we're going to do a second opportunity, I think without a countdown. So every time we're working these different sessions with our cheetahs, there is definitely a lot of communication that takes place, pre, during, and post, because every day is different. Every cheetah is an individual, even the training program that they're undergoing and all of the trainers. So you'll notice that Ashley and Antonio are coming up with a second plan, and normally what we've been doing is giving Nave a second opportunity in this situation. And again, she realizes, I saw it, it was moving, I didn't chase after it, I'm going to do that this time, or she may very well decide not to. And that is perfectly fine, because everything that we do with our cheetahs is by their choice. So you will never see us pushing, pulling, making them do anything that they don't want to do. It is all that proactive, looking at setting them up for success, and really reinforcing them for those behaviors. So Ashley, we're going to try it again here. Without a countdown, just have you open the gate. Okay. Everybody get ready again. Give her, there we go, that was Nave. So again, we gave her that opportunity. She had the first chance, and we really weren't seeing that time frame of too much stalking. Gave her another opportunity, and took her a little bit, probably longer, the second time than we want. So as trainers, we're definitely going to be very mindful of that and keep it in thoughts when we go to set her up the next time. And we may make the alternative of maybe we only give her that one chance opportunity to chase after it and look at doing it the next day or a couple of days after. But again, you'll notice that she came out here, showed off a lot of those adaptations that they have for being the fastest land mammal. And right now what she's doing with the feathers is exactly what they would do with a prey item in Africa. So again, ideally it's going to be a prey about their size or smaller, like an impala or a gazelle. But If circumstances come upon them and they really need to go after a rabbit or a bird, they may very well do that. So the feathers are something that's edible for her. It's just not of any nutritional value. Also, by her protecting it, kind of staying on top of it right now, is something that they're going to do in Africa too, because they're not a very large carnivore or predator. They have lions and hyenas that are definitely looking for that easy opportunity to take prey away from cheetah that's usually about 50% efficient in their hunt. So they're very knowingly that I just saw that cheetah chase after something, I'm going to go and take it from them, because instinct for the fastest land mammal is flight versus fight. So if any sort of confrontation comes, she's going to hightail it out of there. The other thing is you might notice her breathing fairly heavily. Just burned a lot of energy. You're looking at about 1,200 calories being burned just like that. By a show of hands, all of us would probably love to do that. And she's going to make her way over to me for that reinforcement I was telling you about. So the relationship that I have with her and all of our trainers here, this is not something that we take lightly, and it's definitely not something that's going to happen overnight. You're looking at least 6 months to 4 years, depending upon the individual cheetah, to really build up that trusting relationship. Because she is wild. You know, she has all of the claws, she has all of her teeth, the instincts that you just saw of chasing after the feathers. The only difference is that we've incorporated ourselves into their daily lifestyle of how to appropriately engage with them and them to engage with us. Also, I want to make sure you realize that even though I'm touching her and I'm feeding her, she is not a pet, in the fact that we have a lot of resources here that allow us to properly care for cheetahs and all of the other animals in the park. Specifically, we have a nutritionist that looks at exactly what each individual animal needs, of course, for survival. The other thing is we have 5 veterinarians and a wonderful animal care center facility. Kind of imagine it like a functioning hospital. So of course, if anything came about and they needed that, we would be able to provide that to them. And then last but not least, it's like a community or a village really working to ensure that the cheetahs are mentally and physically stimulated. We have 9 trainers that are focused just on 8 cheetahs. So you can kind of see the really important commitment that is there. The other thing of really pointing out why they are not pets is because the exotic pet trade is definitely a very conflicting thing for not only cheetahs but lions and tigers, where people want to have them in their household because they are absolutely beautiful and amazing. And what happens in that scenario is a lot of times people, particularly in the Middle East, as a royalty or recognition, will go and take cheetah cubs out of the wild directly from the mom. And for a population of cheetahs that is only 7,000, that is very, very detrimental to them. So I'm going to give her some different reinforcement here, which is just some fluids. Let me get her back. Nate. I know. So this is that variety of reinforcement where you really look at what they enjoy and definitely give them that opportunity. It is starting to rain here, so before I send her back to behind the scenes area, do we have any questions? Anything that anybody get? Yes. How old can they get? So in a natural setting, they can live about 7 to 10 years. In a zoo setting, you're looking at them